Hi, I'm Joey, and I own a small e-commerce business that specializes in rock climbing equipment. Currently, we have just a small selection of products and we're fulfilling deliveries in our garage. Like most small e-commerce stores, we use Shopify for sales and fulfillment, which offers most tools an e-commerce company could ever need. After our Black Friday sale, we packaged and shipped over 100 parcels in a week and spent over $9,000 in shipping. At this point, over 44% of our gross profit was going towards shipping. Our package sizing wasn't optimized, and we were paying far too much to ship a whole load of air. On top of that, our products have recently started selling internationally, but new sales to Asia cost us over $200 to ship from the US in their oversized packaging. We needed to figure out a way to cut this down efficiently. It didn't make sense for my team to waste time trying to play better Tetris with the boxes either. We needed to take out some of the guesswork with a better tool. After trawling the internet for a while, I was surprised to find out that this tool doesn't exist anywhere for small businesses. It turns out it's because we actually don't know how to optimally pack a box. You heard that right, we pack billions of boxes a day, but we actually can't solve this issue mathematically. The issue of package optimization is actually considered an n-hard math problem that we can't solve. We can only ever get close. Nevertheless, if I could get even close to a solution, I'd potentially save a huge amount of money. Spoiler alert, with just the first version of this app, we are already saving 35% on shipping costs and increased our net profit by 17%. So here's my solution in Retool: box it. Alright, so I wasn't about to solve the impossible math problem, but through running an agency that has built hundreds of apps inside of Retool, I've learned that the best internal business solutions are the tools that get you perhaps 80% of the way there, but that you can build extremely fast. These are often the kinds of tools that move the needle more than those that do the job perfectly, but take a year plus and a whole team of expensive developers to get right. That's why building with Retool is so effective. Builders can solve their business problems and iterate on solutions so much faster than with traditional code. Within less than a week, I built Box It, a package optimizer app that pretty much solves my problem. That large shipment I spent $410 on to send to Japan last month, I could have saved $235 by using Box It's recommended package sizing. Let's see how it works for the user. This is Shopify, and I was able to add my Retool app as a plugin directly. When I open Box It, it shows me my recent orders, pulling the data directly from Shopify. When I click on an order, it shows me the items ordered and suggests the best box size from my inventory and the item layout configuration as well. I can even directly print the shipping label from within inside the app. On the next page, I can see and adjust my box inventory too. And finally, the recommendations tab suggests optimal box sizes I should have in stock based on my previous 100 orders. So how did I build this? Let's go back to the beginning. In Shopify, I added product meta fields for the dimension of each item. I then connected my Retool app to Shopify via the dev store so I could expose my Retool app in Shopify and use the Shopify data as a resource in Retool. After setting up my GraphQL resource, I used Retool Assist to come up with the correct query for Shopify, which helped me build a lot faster. Once I had this data in my Retool app, my biggest challenge was obviously going to be the box packing problem. How do I arrange these items optimally to reduce the box size? Since the problem is considered n-hard, the power of the entire sun can't provide the compute power to try and find the absolute perfect box and layout for all product combinations. After some research, I realized that I would have to settle for a series of heuristics to get me closest to solve this for my orders. Thankfully, all my individual products are already packed in rectangular boxes, which makes the problem a little bit easier than items that can be stacked or compressed, for example. These heuristics define 6 possible layouts for the product, such as a z-index that stacks on top of each other, or placing the 2 largest items on the bottom and the rest on top of that. However, as opposed to basing prices exclusively on box size, shipping providers actually use something called dimensional weight to determine the price of shipping, which takes the dimensions and the package weight into account. So with the help of AI, for my first iteration, I created a pretty complex JavaScript transformer to help me work out the dimensional weight for each of my 6 layout heuristics, and then decide my champion based on which layout and box size would be cheapest to ship. While not always completely optimal, this worked pretty well and consistently returned optimized box sizes that would dramatically reduce my shipping costs. The problem with this first solution was I wouldn't necessarily always have the perfect box size in stock, and I'm not going to keep a million options in my garage. So the real question was not what's the smallest possible box size, it was what small set of box sizes would cover most of our orders cheaply. But that's what's so great about using Retool. I can easily iterate on all of these different data structures and processes into a single custom app. So for my next version, I developed the box recommendation solution. It takes the last 100 orders, runs my original heuristics algorithm on each of them to find the box size with the lowest dimensional weight. Then it rounds the results of all 100 orders into 6 optimal sizes that I should stock. From here, I built my box inventory tool and promptly ordered those 6 optimal box sizes. I was able to quickly spin up a Retool database to record my box inventory and created a quick CRUD for managing this stock in my Boxit app. This solves a major gap in the Shopify systems for tracking package inventory, so I had already saved myself a lot of headache here. The first iteration of the best fit algorithm now just needs to use this inventory data. My new algorithm tests these possible layouts on my boxes in stock to see if the order items fit. Whichever returns the lowest dimensional weight is deemed the best fit box. If I don't have a box big enough in stock, it even tells me which 2 or more to use. The best part about using this app is it will continue to work as I scale and would even work for other companies shipping different products. All we need to do is add the product dimensions to Shopify when I add a new product, and the algorithm will work automatically. So now that I solved my main packing problem, or at least close enough, all I needed was a user-friendly interface for my team, which I could build super fast inside of Retool. I pulled in the order data into a table component, and when a row is selected, it displays the ordered items and shipping address so that we know what products to pick up. Once the algorithm has selected a best fit box, it tells me the box size to pick. My favorite part of this app, and probably the most challenging part of the build, is this 3D Plotly visualizer. This was really pushing the limits of Plotly, but I've ended up with a super functional, beautiful graphic to help me pack faster according to the winning heuristic. And finally from here, I can even buy and print the label directly using the Shippo API, so I don't need to leave the Boxit app for completing the order at all. When I fulfill my order, my box inventory automatically updates, and my order is marked as fulfilled in Shopify as well, all without leaving Boxit, which is embedded inside of Shopify. This app is, of course, not yet perfect, and there are certainly small changes I can make to make it even more efficient, but with an app I built in less than a week, I've already saved a huge amount of time and money on shipping. To break this down, for December orders, we spent $5,600 on shipping. But by using Boxit, I would have spent $3,670 on shipping, saving just over $2,000 in a single month. Previously, shipping was taking 44% of our net profit, and with Boxit, we've already reduced that to 27%. For a small business, this could amount to well over $24,000 in savings a year, and this number could grow substantially as we scale. This app truly demonstrates the beauty of Retool. Over the course of a week, I took a single algorithm to solve a business process and made 4 or 5 iterations on the idea. Each version saved me time and money, but the final product is a fully functioning solution that's easy for me and my team to use every single day. Not bad for a week's work.